Good evening and welcome to the Nevis Newscast. Today is Friday, 17th March 2017. I'm Fredicia Liburd. The Nevis Island Administration NIA launched a new program last evening, Thursday, 16th March, on Von Radio called Government at Work. Host of Government at Work is Public Relations Officer for the NIA, Keith Scarborough.
This is a program being put on by the Nevis Island Administration with the sole purpose of informing and educating citizens and residents of Nevis, both at home and abroad, and of course any person who may have an interest in what is happening on the island of Nevis.
Guest for last night's show was Minister of Communications, Works, Public Utilities, Posts et al., the Honorable Alexis Jeffers. We'll hear more in this report. Jeffers stated that himself and two employees of the Nevis Electricity Company Limited, NEVLEC, will be traveling to Finland to purchase a new engine for the Prospect Power Station as early as next week. He went into detail about his trip to Finland.
We're going to Finland on Monday. Well, two of the engineers in the persons of Mr. Earl Springett and also Jevon Eaton would be going ahead of me. They're going, I believe, on Sunday. So they'll be there just prior to me, but the engine would be factory tested on Wednesday the 22nd. So I'll be there for that. And also there is some additional testing that will be done on Thursday the 23rd. So those 2 days, based on the contract that we would have entered into with Wärtsilä, those 2 days have been earmarked for factory testing and also for a look at the internal operation of that engine.
Jeffers stated that he would be involved in every step of the process.
With this particular investment, I believe it is important for us as an administration and myself as a minister to be a part of it every step of the way. And that is why I believe it is important for us to go to Finland to oversee this particular important step that will be taken, or this important point that we have reached with this particular project. So once that is done, I believe the shipment then would take place somewhere around the middle of April. In subsequent weeks, we'll be talking more about this 3.8 megawatt Wärtsilä generator that is going to be here on Nevis shortly. But I welcome this opportunity to go and see what our investment is going to bring to the island of Nevis. So it's important for us to be there.
The senior minister stated that the Sugar Industry Diversification Foundation, SIDF, made the purchase of the engine possible. Jeffers spoke about the importance of the relationship between the federal government, NIA, and the SIDF, and stated that Nevis will stand to benefit from this purchase.
Nevis will be so much better off as a result of this relationship and as a result of this purchase. And some of the difficulties that we have been experiencing over the last couple of weeks or months, I am saying here and now that those difficulties will be overcome with this particular commissioning of this generator, which is going to take place by around the middle of this year.
The total cost of the generator is over $4 million. Tune in to NevisTVOnline.com on Sunday evening at 8 p.m. to view the rebroadcast of Government at Work. The Nevis Island Administration has over the years tooted the horn of small businesses as the engine of growth in the economy of Nevis. According to Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Finance, Colin Dorr, this year the NIA will host a small business symposium at the St. Paul's Anglican Church Hall on Thursday, 23rd March, beginning at 9 a.m. Dorr then explained the purpose of the business symposium.
The whole idea of the symposium is to bring together over 100 small business owners, to have discussion and dialogue with them, to appreciate the contribution they have made, and also to provide them with some guidance as to how to continue moving forward to ensure that the business move from small to medium size and then become large entities. We have seen evidence over the years where some entities in Nevis, they started a very small business, and over the years they have grown into major entities within the economy of Nevis.
The Permanent Secretary then outlined the theme of the event and what is expected to take place.
We will have a feature speaker who will deal with the topic and speak to the small business owners. And our feature speaker is someone who has been in small business, who have worked their way through going from small to medium up to large business. Then the second part of the symposium is where we want to bring information to the taxpayers or the business owners. So we'll be dealing with issues such as their obligation under the law as it relates to the payment of taxes. We'll also have a lawyer on the panel who deal with small business and the legal issues. Because we know a small business entity, sometimes they run into a lot of trouble with legal transactions which they would have committed over the time period, especially as it relates to contracts. Because as we know, a verbal contract is just as good as a written contract. And so a whole section will be devoted to small business and the law, getting them to understand the legal ramifications of some of the decisions that they make on a day-to-day basis.
He implored persons to support the Small Business Symposium.
I'm taking this opportunity to invite all small business persons to come out next week, Thursday, the 23rd, at the St. Paul's Anglican Church Hall, and let's have a discussion and a dialogue in terms of how we can push small business forward and continue to make them a viable entity in the economy of Nevis.
The Small Business Symposium will take place on Thursday, 23rd March at the St. Paul's Anglican Church Hall, beginning at 9 a.m. The Vance W. Amory International Airport has seen some upgrades this year. Chairman of the Nevis Air and Seaports Authority, Colin Dorr, spoke about the rehabilitation work that was done to the airport's runway.
In addition, we did some substantial work on rehabilitation of two sections of the airport runway. Last year, December, we completed the first phase, which is the landing point, where we replaced a few meters of asphalt. Again, this was necessary because over the years, wear and tear on the surface had made it really difficult and were creating some problem for aircraft landing. Also, at the end of the runway, where over time, most of that asphalt surface had disappeared and was almost in the state of being a gravel patch. Again, we wish to thank the SIDF for assisting to the value of $2 million EC dollars to carry out rehabilitative work on that southern end of the runway.
Chairman Dorr stated that the work done is to ensure that the airport is up to international standards.
So I'm quite pleased with the investment we have made. It's all in an effort to ensure that we have a facility which meet the standard of the operators and also meet international standard when we come for inspection by the various international aviation authorities.
Chairman of the Nevis Air and Seaports Authority, Colin Dorr. Still to come, half holiday declared on Thursday, 23rd March. The details are after this break.
This April 7th and 8th, get yourself to Owali Beach for the 2017 Nevis Blues Festival. As the sun goes down, party to music by Ian Siegel, Deanna Bogart, AJ Gent, and many more. Regular boat services will connect St. Kitts from Frigate Bay and Reggae Beach direct to the festival. Find out more at nevisblues.com.
As a responsible taxpayer, you help to finance free health care at all health centers on Nevis. Thank you for putting country above self. This message was brought to you by the Inland Revenue Department, Nevis. Be a responsible citizen.
Welcome back. The Department of Education for the 2016-2017 academic school year has embarked on a project aimed at improving the literacy levels of the students of the Learning Support Department at both public secondary schools. The Step Up for Life program began on Wednesday, 15th March at the Charlestown Secondary School for the parents of the school. Last evening, Thursday, 16th March, the parents of the Gingerland Secondary School attended the workshop, which took place at the Joyceling Library Primary School's cafeteria. Coordinator of School Libraries in the Department of Education, Londa Brown, spoke to us about the progress of both sessions.
We had a similar session yesterday with parents of the Learning Support Departments at the Charlestown Secondary School, and we're here today with parents of the students of the Gingerland Secondary School. Now we want to thank the parents for taking the time out to come to the session, and we're hoping that they can benefit from the session, because what we're hoping to do at the session is to share with them tips, strategies, things that they can do at home to help their children who are struggling with reading or struggling with literacy issues. As part of the Step Up project, we have implemented a 3-phase approach to the project, where we have had sessions with the teachers in helping them understand how to reach struggling learners, special strategies and special tips that they can use. We have made investments in the resources that these students are going to use at school, and now we're working with the parents so that the help can continue even when the children are at home.
She also encouraged the parents who could not attend the sessions to listen out for other dates, as there will be more sessions.
If you are a parent, if you have a child in the Learning Support Department and you weren't able to make it to these sessions, please keep your eyes and ears open, because this is only the first. We will have other sessions, and even if you miss this one, we are extending that invitation to you to those other sessions, because in the end, you and your child can only benefit from the information that we have here.
The parents interacted with the facilitators Evelina Claxton and Zanella Claxton, who combined have over 40 years of teaching experience. Thursday, 23rd March has been declared a National Day of Mourning. The body of Sir Probyn Innes will lie in state at Government House from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. the same day of the funeral. All flags on government buildings will be flown at half-mast, and a half holiday will be proclaimed on Thursday, 23rd March. Sir Probyn Innes, MBE, former governor of the Associated States of St. Kitts, Nevis and Anguilla, will be accorded a state funeral with full military honors at the Wesley Methodist Church, Seaton Street, Barstair at 2:30 p.m. The interment will be at the Springfield Cemetery. That's it for this edition of the Nevis Newscast. On behalf of all of us here at the Department of Information, I'm Fredisia Liburd. Thank you for viewing.